Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so excited to talk to you guys about what to expect in orientation for a new graduate nurse. A little background about me is that I am a new graduate nurse as of February 1st, 2021, and I'm still currently in my orientation for my job, and soon I'll be kind of on my own in a little bit. So I want to tell you about it. I want to tell you what to expect and how it's gone for me. But before we get started, I'd love if you like, subscribe, ring the bell, left a comment below, because I want to hear your thoughts. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Without further ado, let's go. So my facilities program is 8 weeks of orientation for a new graduate nurse, and I assume the similar type of thing for a nurse just joining the unit, whether they've had some experience or not. Still some sort of like training, maybe not 8 weeks, but you know. Anyways, week 1, it was a blur. It was just one day on the unit. I had other days when I started learning how to chart and all about their charting program, which anyways, it was just a whole kind of new world. It took a little while to get back into the swing of things. I've been out of the hospital for a while. With my schooling got interrupted with COVID, and so just getting back in the swing of things. The second week was more, I was with another of my friends who is a new nurse, and we were kind of doing the same patients together, and we were switching off, like giving meds and performing cares or toileting or safe transferring. And it was basically a little intimidating because the preceptors would kind of just watch you to make sure you're legit and safe. As the weeks have gone on though, it's been really good, and I've learned so much in my 6 weeks so far of training, and it's been a lot, so, but good. It's been really cool seeing the preceptors and how they've done things and how long they've been at their job, and kind of getting to know them. It's cool getting to know them because they are your co-workers, and they will be when you're on your own. It's been neat kind of having more independence. At first, our preceptors would make sure they're in the room with us at all times when we're doing anything. And then now, as the weeks have gone on, it's like, hey, you go do this, you go do that, or you can give these meds, or you can do this, you can transfer them, stuff like that. It's been more kind of like a conquer and divide type of thing, which has been really nice. It's been really nice, I will say, with the preceptors, is that they're not always watching you. Like, that's something that's really nice, because I kind of cave under that kind of pressure. I just get extremely nervous, really sweaty, like, not a good look. But with these preceptors, they've been really great at, like, making conversation with the patient while I'm punching out their meds, or keeping the mood lighthearted and with a joke or something. Just something to take the edge off of me, and not make it look like I'm completely nervous, which I am. But I've gained way more confidence with talking to patients, and that's been a blessing because they've all been pretty nice so far. I mean, besides a few, and it's really cool to see kind of the different types of cases that come through, and just being able to use your critical thinking skills about, oh, like, what's their plan of treatment, what medications are they going to be getting, what tasks will I have to get done, stuff like that. One thing in orientation I didn't know was that we would be getting different preceptors. I thought it was just going to be one, but that actually doesn't really make sense now that you think about it. But it is hard for them to completely track our progress, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, because I've gone through about 4 or 5 different preceptors, so it's been a little difficult for them to completely track my progress. And also with being just a new nurse, I have to get evaluated. I got evaluated my midterm and then a final. So that's involved in the program as well. Yeah, it's been really interesting just learning the hospital and kind of the tips and tricks of that. One thing I will say is that some pros of the program is that I've gotten to just develop my skills and confidence with someone there, and that's been really nice as kind of a backbone to fall on. It's been really nice. I got to learn a lot of things that I didn't get to do in nursing school, like straight cath and just being better at my medication administration and wound cares, transferring, stuff like that. Con would be that I'm so small, so it's hard for me to transfer patients and move them, but I'm working on it. So I feel like I always need someone there at the beginning anyways to just make sure nothing goes wrong. And I don't want to be responsible for a patient fall. Like, that would be really bad. Another con is that I feel like I don't quite get to see or practice a lot of everything I learned in nursing school. For example, some patients have a Foley cath placed, others just do straight cath. Some patients need an IV and they have a whole team for that. Some patients are on like IV antibiotics or normal saline. So there's just been kind of a hit or miss on whether I get to practice those skills. Kind of also seems like they just kind of throw you out there when I'm done with the program. I'm afraid no one's going to be wanting to help me when, I'm on my own. I feel like I will miss something in their plan of care, or just, I just kind of fear for that. But pros, that's been really nice in orientation so far. Having someone as a backbone, which could go pro or con, because it's not always good to have someone as your backbone. But it also is good because, they're older, they've been on the unit for a long time, and so they know what's up. I haven't been in a code situation. I haven't had to call a rapid response on a patient, so that's been really good. It seems like most of them are stable and most of them won't fluctuate on their levels, but there have been a few incidences in the unit, but that wasn't with my patients or my preceptor's set of patients. Another pro of the orientation process is that they've broken up on the floor days versus education days. It's been nice catching up with my friends and being like, hey, like, how's it going? And just hearing their thoughts about it. It's been nice having kind of a break in the chaos, because we don't really get that once we're officially started working. Charting was very overwhelming, I will mention that, but it has gotten easier as it goes on. Time management has been overwhelming. It's still something I'm working on, but that's gotten easier as well. It's interesting because we get a brain sheet, and I totally recommend that for anyone. Those help know when they have therapies, when they have medications due, when you need to change IV bag, when you need to do your wound care, when someone's coming, or just stuff like that. It's good. So I work in an acute rehab unit, so I see a bunch of patients who have suffered from strokes, traumatic brain injuries, spinal cord injuries, cervical injuries, autonomic dysreflexia, debility, they just need to learn how to walk and perform daily activities of daily living again. So that's been interesting. But anyways, during the weekday, these patients have therapy, and that's part of why they're in this unit, is to get therapy. and to be able to eventually go home and know like how to walk, how to get into their car, how to button up their shirt, how to feed themselves, how to take their medications. So that's the goal. But then during the weekday, which is another pro, these patients have therapy, and they have therapy a lot throughout the day. So it is nice, I will say, having a little break from the action. It's nice when your patients are doing something very productive for themselves. And then you can catch up on charting, or you can focus on a task for another patient, or giving meds for another patient. Time management kind of goes like this. Beginning of the shift, look in their chart, kind of write down when their meds, what they have to do, read the handoff, get the handoff report, and then in the morning it's either get them up for breakfast, take them to the dining hall, or it's bring them breakfast to them, and then give them their meds, and then do their assessment. It's a whole head to toe assessment. You have to do that every shift. And then when they're done with therapy, if they want to rest, get them back in bed. If they need to use the restroom, type of thing. But it does slow down in the afternoon, which is really nice. And then I love the day shift because it's full of activities, and it makes the day go faster, and it's just, it's great. It is hard getting up at like 5:30 though, but I don't care. The evening shift is what I've been on for a while. I'm a day evening nurse, so I kind of switch between days and evenings. Evenings are 3 to 11:30 p.m. There's a lot that goes on in the evenings. There's a lot. Patients have medications from about 5 p.m. to 11. They have them at like different times. But the nice thing about medications is that you can, if they have an 8 o'clock med, 9 o'clock, and 10, you can give them all at 9. They can only be an hour like late or early. But yeah, so that's nice, kind of knowing how to like combine them. Then they have to like use the bathroom, get ready for bed, get their gown on, stuff like that. Patients may be on a bowel or bladder program, and with the bowel program they need a suppository and to be able to be transferred to a commode. With the bladder program, they either need to be straight cathed or really watch their eyes and nose. So yeah, that's fun. And then we have to fit in time to do our assessments. Yeah, it's a hoot. But yeah, I'm really grateful that I am on like the day evening shift. That's pretty wild for a new grad, and I'm really thankful. I have some friends who are doing night shifts. I hope that's going well for them. Yeah, I don't know if I could ever do night shift though. But yeah, orientation, this is my 6-week update for you guys, and I hope you really enjoyed hearing about more of my experiences and the pros and cons. My company that I'm working for, it's really great so far, but I mean, I've only been there 6 weeks, so definitely need to be there longer in order to fully know. I will say though, I know masks are the COVID precaution right now, but it is very difficult to wear a mask for 8 hours, and it's hard for me because it's just, I'm not really used to wearing stuff on my face. It just makes me feel like lightheaded sometimes, but I get time to have a snack or to eat dinner, which is really nice. Kind of a break from wearing it. So that's good. But another thing about nursing is that sometimes you don't always get your meal. And I've missed dinner, I think, about 3 times. That's been hard on me, you know, like, because I'm small. I need to eat to maintain my energy, but sometimes it happens, you know, like you gotta put your patients first. And yeah, but it's kind of a shocker to miss a meal, because then, I mean, it's not good practice because you don't want to miss a meal. Then you have to go into more overtime hours, and then they have to pay you more, all that jazz behind the scenes. But yeah, it's good practice to eat when you can, but definitely if a situation calls for it and you're too busy, gotta put your patients first. So yeah, so that's my little spiel. The cool thing about my company that I work for, we do 8-hour shifts or 12 hours, so that's really nice depending on kind of what you like and just stuff like that. But I do 8 hours so far. In nursing school I trained to do 12-hour shifts, but I'm kind of liking the 8-hour, and it's nice to be able to, if you're having a tough day, to be able to like hand your patients over to someone else. But yeah, so it's nice, but yeah, it is a long day though. 12-hour is looking appealing in the terms of only working like 3 days of the week. Like wow, that's pretty good. But gotta be in the right unit to do a 12-hour. My goal is to eventually be a labor and delivery nurse one day. I'm really looking forward to when I have my year of experience and then I can start applying for that position in labor and delivery. That'll be amazing. And then hopefully a door opens up and can be an easy transition. But anyways, Acute Rehab makes amazing nurses, and I'm so glad to be a part of my unit. They all are really cool. Thanks guys for watching today and being on this journey with me. It's exciting, it's new. Yeah, I do like my career as a nurse. Sometimes I think, am I really cut out to be a nurse? From an evening shift, I came home crying once, and I think that's pretty good for being a new nurse. But yeah, it's tough, and I will tell that story a different time. Thanks so much for being here. Stay tuned for my series about NCLEX, nursing school, my new nursing job. I just want to tell you all my experience about it. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, leave a comment below. I want to hear your thoughts and answer your questions if you have any. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Enjoy the warm weather. Like, it's getting very nice up here in Minnesota. So enjoy the warm weather, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.